playing. Come inside. Come on, Corby. Come on. Go inside. Oh my goodness. What do you think about that? He doesn't even have a sweater on. Hi, welcome to Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. How are you? It has been cold, so we're going to be inside today, and we are in your favorite room, the kitchen, because today we're going to make some fish tacos. All right. We're going to start with pickling an onion. Now this is about half of a large red onion, and I'm going to pickle it because I want to have it on my fish tacos. So I need to get a little pan out. So since it's only half of an onion, I cut my recipe in half. So I have a cup of water, a cup of distilled vinegar, I have some sea salt, and some sugar. And I will put the full recipe in the description for you for the pickled onions. All right, so we have all of this, but we need to slice the onion. Wow, that made a lot of onion, you guys. Okay, so some of this did not. On the stove, we're going to start our brine. And we're going to start with the water and vinegar. And then we're going to let it warm up just enough so that it can melt the sugar and the salt. All right, the brine is hot enough for the sugar and the sea salt. So I'm going to add that. Since I'm going to be eating my relish with dinner tonight, I'm not going to jar it up, but you can put it in a jar and preserve it for about a week in the refrigerator. All right then. All right, let's get the fish ready. I have some fresh cod from the deli. And I know. I just like to wash my meat off because it sits in those containers. And so I'm going to pat it dry. We're going to season it with cumin, garlic, salt, and a little bit of chili pepper. It's spicy, you guys, and I like my food very savory and flavorful. And like I said, in each kitchen, you now, and you know how it is in the kitchen. If you don't like something, don't use it. Season it to your taste. Always use your senses, your taste your smell, your touch, your ears, all of your senses. You use them in the kitchen to make a good meal. Okay, and in fridge it goes. I also like to have some pico de gallo with my tacos. So I'm gonna make some of that. And to make some pico de gallo, you just need some cilantro, some onions, and some tomatoes. You can add jalapeno if you want to. And I don't know yet. Let's just get started with the chopping. And I like to chop the cilantro when you buy it at the store. You take it under the sink and you give it a good wash. A nice good rinse, and you separate it and you run the water through it and you shake it to dry it a little bit. And then you can cut the bottom like you do a bouquet of flowers, and you can stick it in a cup of water and it will last a lot longer that way. So I always wash it, and then when I'm done using it, I'll put it in a little vase in the refrigerator with some water, and you keep the water clean. You change it every other day or so until you're done using your cilantro. It won't grow though, but it'll stay fresh. Okay, so let's cut some of that off. There we go. These are my tomatoes, and I got these at the store, and I washed them really well, and then put them in and I eat them by the handful. They're kind of like my snack, but they're getting a little old, so I need to use them up. And even though they're cherry tomatoes, they'll add a little sweetness to it. Now I need to get a bowl to put my pico in. We're going to chop up the cilantro. And I like to chop it. Because I don't like to have those big pieces. And there's the pico de gallo. Pico de gallo is really good on any kind of tacos, but I really like it on fish tacos. And I even, when I have leftover of this, tomorrow I'll probably mix it up with some tuna fish and eat it with some crackers or a tortilla or some tortilla chips, because it's really good with fish. All right, let's put this in the fridge. And now it's time to make the meringue, which is really simple. You just separate the eggs from the yolks and you just mix. Now I do it by hand, but you can use a mixer, and you just wait until it's really frothy and thick, and then you can actually add the yolks later, which is what I do. And now that the meringue is ready, I will dip my fish in flour, dip it in the meringue, and then put it in the frying pan and fry it. So I have the fish in the frying pan. I will cook it from 3 to 10 minutes, waiting till each side is nice and golden brown, and then I will flip it over. I turn it over very gently so that I don't break the crust. And then once I have it completely done, I will pop it into the oven to keep it warm. And then I fry my corn tortillas. You fry them just to make them just a little bit crispy, however you want, or you don't fry them at all. You can just warm them up in the oven or the microwave. It is depends on your taste, I guess. All right, time to eat. Really delicious. That's going in the video. I almost forget to say bye. Thank you so much for stopping by and visiting me here on Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. Try to get outside today if you can. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. And I'm going to take some for the neighbors too. Remember, we're making cookies for